Okay.
Okay, so Stark. Oh,
Okay.
hier noch die Materialschlacht am frühen Abend. Okay, so get going.
Okay, so today I'm going to talk about a project that I've been working on for the past few weeks, which is called ARC, and it's a bug bag project. I'm Stark, by the way. Okay.
ARC and Stark. We get it.
And so without further ado, let's talk about topic first. I believe most of you don't exactly know what a bug bag is, so let me explain it to you. Bug bags are backpacks with comprehensive tools inside, and you bring along to help you survive when unexpected catastrophes strike. Now that we know what a bug bag is, let's jump to the next part of business idea. Yes, security is sold here. We're selling a sense of security and convenience on all platforms, meaning first of all, everyone gets to buy it easily because they no longer have to spend a lot of time gathering this and that tool separately from different kinds of markets, right? And then hopefully they can also feel secure and well prepared about it after they buy the product. This is the idea. Okay, let's move on to the target group. The target group is the adults from 1 to 65 years old. As far as I'm concerned, they have three things in common. First of all, they have too much to lose. For instance, friends, families, pets, house, wealth, business, career, social status, life, etc., etc. Secondly, they have to be socially responsible. Like they have to stay alive to protect or provide for their families. And they have to stay alive to make sure their employees get paid, things like that. Finally, they have seen enough to be aware of unprecedented situation which endangers things they value or love. So therefore, in my opinion, they are willing to be well prepared beforehand. Okay, there are two personas that I've created. This is the first one, named Henry Miller, age 35. He's from Germany. He's a Sino-German businessman. He's married, apparently he has a family, he's a father. And he's currently living in ZhuHai, Guangdong province, China. He shops on the online markets. He pays with the online mobile payment, which is really popular here in China. And the reason why he buys is because he needs a sense of security, right? And he also likes binge watching TV series with his wife and daughters, including The Walking Dead, The Strain, Chernobyl. Lately, he's determined to work out more frequently to be healthier in the future. The second persona is named Harry Miller, age 22. He's from the United States of America. So he's an international student, he's single, and he's currently living in Beijing Normal University, ZhuHai campus. He shops on the online markets. He pays with the online mobile payment as well. Yeah, the reason why he buys is because it's fun for him to be a prepper. He also likes watching TV series or movies, including The Walking Dead, The Resident Evil 2012. And he loves playing the video game called The Last of Us. Recently, he's been planning to play a war game with his Chinese friends. Okay, let's move on to the competitors. So there are actually 5 potential competitors for my brand. The first one is the North Face. About the North Face, there's a lot of crossover products between this brand and the others. There are also many fake products in the market, so we should be careful when purchasing. The second competitor is Columbia. Columbia is a well-known American brand. It mainly focuses on casual clothing. It's not so professional as the German brands. I'll talk about the German brands later. The third competitor is Black Yak. Black Yak is one of the top 3 brands in Korea. Its products are covered in all categories. It's focusing on casual clothing as well, and the product quality is as great as the price. Okay. The fourth competitor is Valde. Valde is a German brand which is famous for making backpacks used in professional outdoor activities. Last but not least, Saliva. Saliva is a German brand which is well known around the world, and as we can see, it produces professional gears with excellent materials for high altitude activities. So according to the competitors that I mentioned, we now have a positioning chart here. As we can see, we have the expected on the top, unexpected on the bottom, left on professional on the left, casual clothing on the right. So most of them are only focusing on the casual clothing, and two of the German brands are mainly focusing on making professional gears. So as far as I'm concerned, all of them are making products for the expected activities like camping, hiking, mountaineering, activities like that. But none of them are making products for the unexpected events, including natural catastrophes or crime. So in my opinion, this could be an advantage for my brand. Yeah. So why do we need the bugger bag? Just like I said, we have the expected events, including hiking, cycling, camping, things like that. We will know exactly when, where, or how they're going to happen because we plan it, right? On the other hand, we have the unexpected events, including crime, fire, flood, tsunami, tornado, hurricane, earthquake, literally pandemic, which we've just been through. There are also war, zombie outbreak, artificial intelligence, rebellion, hidden strike.
Zombie.
The last few ones may be kind of fictional, but who knows for us someday. Yeah. For all of the unexpected events, we don't know exactly when, where, or how they're going to happen because they're unpredictable. So this is the visual research that I've done, and they're mostly natural catastrophes, and they're actually what inspired me in the first place. So what's really inside the bug bag? First of all, we got first-line kits, including pocket knife, whistle, compass, flashlight, first aid kit, lighters, gloves, multi-tube, zip ties, rope, masks, telescope. Secondly, we have the shelter and survival items, including emergency tent and emergency blanket, dehydrated food, and collapsible canteen. Lastly, we will be having important documents that you can edit personally to your backup bag. They are basically passport, bank info, photos, families, cash, notebook, things like that. You can edit personally. Yeah. SWOT analysis. The strength of my brand is that my brand is providing convenience and security for our customers. And secondly, the weakness could be the bug-out bag not being so hardcore. So because there's always more and more professional equipment that could be applied in the bug-out bag, right? But every coin is double-sided. Weakness could be one of our opportunities. Just think about it. If we're going to the very hardcore direction, then it means the bug-out bag will eventually be heavy and expensive. And this is against the idea of everyone gets it easily. Finally, the threat would be the people lacking the crisis awareness. So this is one of the main reasons why I want to create an eye-catching brand to raise awareness. Okay, let's move on to the mood board. So this is the mood board that I've created, and I need you to dive in the vibe of a natural catastrophe or emergency situation happening with me. I'll give you a few seconds for it. Okay, let's move on to the back. The back is the bag that I chose is this one, which is made of Kevlar, and meaning it's bulletproof in case criminals. It's fireproof in case of catching on fire. It's waterproof in case of flood. It's wearproof in case of long-term evacuation. Most importantly, lightweight. Just like I said, if the buckle bag is lightweight, then it means there's always less unnecessary energy wasted. So yeah. The brand name is ARC, which is short term for accessible risk-averse kit, meaning, just like I said, everyone gets it easily. There are also 3 more points that I want to explain. First of all, ARC is Bible related. It's related to Noah's Ark, right? In the story of Bible, Noah's Ark was helping all forms of lives to survive. And I'm hoping that my brand could do the same, helping people survive. Secondly, ARC has got the professional impression, and then ARC has the catchy and cool sound. Okay, let's move on to the design exploration. First of all, colors. According to the OSHA safety color code, yellow means to alert people to a potential risk. Black means to tell people which direction to go. And this type of signage can directly improve the safety of the facility. So the main reason that I'm using for my brand and the design principle are yellow and black. The typeface that I chose is Agency FB. As we can see, apparently it's tense with all of the edges and corners. So hopefully it's going to present a vibe of warning and alerting people to a potential unknown risk. Logo sketch. So this is the logo sketch that I've done. I try different forms of the sketch, but I prefer the one in the middle, this one, because it looks like a highway road and it looks like a shape of letter A, and it's got the triangle shape. Let me explain further. Highway road means to get going. Shape of the letter A stands for the name ARC. And finally, triangle is actually what I took from the warning signs. And triangle is also the strong structure on Earth, which means safety and security. Okay, here comes the logo. The logo has also got the positive and negative shapes to be applied on all kinds of communication medias and to be suitable for different kinds of circumstances. And then we have the slogan, your reliable ally. Let me explain one by one. First of all, your means this buckle bag is personally customized for you. Secondly, reliable means it's helpful, solid, trustworthy. Most importantly, it got your back. Last but not least, ally means everyone else is going to turn their back on you when unexpected incidents occur. But this buckle bag of ARC will never. Okay. Before we're going to all of the communication medias, I'd like to talk about design principle first. So there are basically four fundamental layers for the design principle. First of all, dark background or dark images. And then we have a yellow box to be in contrast and eye-catching. And then we have to show what we're selling. And then we have the most important information, including logo, highlighted word, copy tags, things like that. Okay, let's move on to the communication medias. So this is the website that I finally created. According to the design principle, right? We got everything that we need, information, dark background, yellow box, and what we're selling, right? So I think it's looking good. And this is how it's going to look on the computer. And this is WeChat ads that I created. And one of the reasons why I created this WeChat ad is because, as we all know, WeChat is really famous here in China. So I think it's wise to create one of those WeChats. This is how it's gonna look on your hands and your smartphone. Yeah. This is the horizontal poster that I created. The design principle has also been applied on this one. Yep. And this is how it's going to look on the billboard and in the subway. Yep. So there are also actually 3 more posters that I've created. For these posters, they're not about what we're selling, it's about atmosphere. So I didn't put all of the information and the product on the poster. So it looks like this. This is how it's going to look on the bus stop. And the second poster, we prepared for it, the vibe, atmosphere of unknown danger. No more insecurity. Right. Yeah. So this is how they're going to on the wall, or this is the flyer that I've created, and the design principle has also been applied on this one. It's actually printed and included in the file that I gave you. Feel free to check and play around with it. And yeah, I'm sorry for those ones who are not in class. You have to see this. Yeah, this is how it's going to look on your hand. Recruitment. The design principle has also been applied on here. Yeah. It's also printed and included in the file that I gave you. Yeah, this is how it's going to look on the street. Shopping bag. Yeah.
Cool, super.
Thank you. Shopping bag is here. All right. So it may not be exactly the same because there's some problem with your technology. Right, yeah. Shopping bag. And we have a second shopping bag. I prefer the first one because it's more eye-catching, but the second one is being applied the design principle. So this is the T-shirt that I created. It's actually what I'm wearing right now, if you notice. Email signature. Okay, the design principle has been also applied on this one. And you'll know exactly when or who you're coping with, who you're dealing with, what company you're coping with, right? Immediately. So this is how it's going to look when you check your email. Okay. Business card is also printed out and included in the file. Please feel free to play around. Yeah. Yeah, here comes the buckle bag. Hopefully the rescuers will be noticing you easily in an emergency situation because of all those golden reflection of the logo here. Right. Yeah. And then we have the packaging of items. As we can see, they have different sizes for different items. So Yeah, there are actually 2 examples for all the items inside the bag. If you want to see more, please feel free to play around with the bag. And this is the introduction leaflet. It's a 5-panel leaflet. So the design principle is also being applied on this one. And it's also printed out and included in the file that I gave you. Yeah, I should have shown you. Like here, business card. Flyer. Recruitment. Posters. Okay. Okay. Again, I'm so sorry for the one who are not in class. You have to see it on the screen. It's printed out. This is how it's going to look when it's printed out. Finally, we have the physical store. As we can see, people are gathering around to check on the alien model outside the store. So they will dive in the vibe of a potential unknown risk immediately. Hopefully their crisis awareness will be raised and then also be interested in our product, the art Bagao bag. Yeah, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, cool stuff. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you for this great presentation, and I think you really managed to convey the spirit and the design and the whole idea of your brand, and really put it into like really a perspective that I did not yet get while reading your thesis. So this was really a wake-up call to really recognize your brand, and it's strong. I really like it. And it totally showed your professionality. I think all the details, all the things that really, that you really need to do good branding, you have it, right? That you work with the outline like this, that your logo fits so well, that you have really good ideas how to communicate your brand, like your shopping bags. Also this alien idea, like having aliens running around your shop. That's really a round thing. So for me, this is absolute thumbs up. This is really, really cool.
Thank you.
I think when you started your presentation, I was totally attracted by your voice because your voice reminds me of Jason Statham. And I suddenly feel like, okay, it's like Jason speaking to us. And I was like, I have the feeling that I'm in a movie. So yeah.
By the way, also great English.
Yeah, very great presentation.
Super
I
cool.
think maybe the best, one of the best of this grade. And I think very nice managing of all this kind of concepts. But I only have one concern is that the color you use, yellow for me is not that futuristic color. When you talk about alien, those very futuristic elements, this color won't give me imagination about all these kind of, concepts.
Blue.
Not sure be blue. I think maybe.
Maybe no aliens then.
No, I mean that you can do more if you want to talk about futuristic style,
I just want to say that, but the core concept of my brand is to alert people, warn people.
Yeah. Yellow is an alert color. And I have another concern is that it's like it's a very masculine brand. You know, very masculine.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
It's got the voice, you know, it's got this voice. And,
yeah. Since I'm a female, I might like this kind of concepts, but maybe I don't think any kind of your product would attract me to buy. Yeah, maybe you can think about some female product.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay, cool.
And if you want to see,
Yeah, what's this, by the way? Is this
the
is this a real special thing now? The backpack itself.
The bag is also very nice.
it's got all of the items inside.
It's got the items inside, yeah. But the backpack itself, that's a generic one. That's the one you bought. You did not design this
I
backpack.
did not design it.
No, you didn't. Okay. It's not a special made backpack by any means.
I can
right?
say I cope with the factory.
It's a good choice. I think the bag is nice.
This is a bag. Can I see it? Can I? You did cooperate with. This is not a pro.
You didn't buy it from the market, right?
You did not just buy one. This is you made.
You made it in factory.
Is this really the product? Is this the bag that you wanted to sell one day?
No.
Okay, but this is just one you bought in a store and you put your logo on.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to do this? Is this something you're aspiring to, making a bug out brand? Is this just a
Maybe
project, or is this
someday.
something you're?
Someday when I'm rich.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about you. That's why I'm asking. Maybe that
Right,
you
it's not so
did do
expensive.
something. Yeah,
Do
that's
it in the factory.
to have it
But
as a
it's
tool.
not actually bulletproof or fireproof.
No, okay. Cool.
It's a.
It's a nice choice.
Yeah, that was nice. That was cool. Yeah. Super. Oh, can I see? Oh yeah, this is ZhuHai map. ZhuHai map. All we need.
It's the
I can find
personal,
home now.
personal important
Oh,
documents.
Oh,
and a fake passport. Cool.
With a new ID.
My new ID. Schulze. Oh, my new family. I'm done. Cool. Nice. Good thing.
Thank you.
Okay.
presentation skill is super.
Thank you.
Yeah, super.
Thanks,
Great.
Doug.
Hi.
Henrik, also some last words, or?
I'm done. No. If you have 1 minute, I have a question, Stark.
Okay.
You mentioned the design of the bag. You put on the little logo, and you mentioned that it's goldish, shining, so it's easy to be found when you are in an emergency situation, right?
Yeah.
But what if someone is like hunting you and is about to shoot you? And is there now option that you can switch the design of the pack of the bag? Because that might be.
No, you nailed it. It's done. It's done. It doesn't work. Bye-bye.
That is very tricky question.
If you have an answer, it would be cool. If not, then it's fine.
Well, just like I said, every coin is double-sided, right? Yeah. Every knife is double. Yeah. It could be hurtful and it could be helpful.
Okay. It's fine. It's totally fine. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you. Great job.